For my mother's 75th birthday, I was going to be making her a quilt, but there were 12 blocks that were embroidered. So I gathered up some needles and some colors of the DMC floss that were needed, and I gave 12 of her friends each a block to embroider for her quilt. The blocks were a little bit on the woodsy side of the motifs: fishing creels and canoes, fish ties, cabins, moose. There was a bear, this pine cone, lots of different motifs. All these friends came together and embroidered a block for her quilt, and then I pieced the rest of the quilt top together. What started out as just a simple little quilt, whenever there's a quilt involved, turned into quite the very special memory maker. It's not every day that you turn 75, so 12 of these friends, along with lots of family, gathered from all four corners of the earth practically to celebrate her birthday. As I started putting this quilt top together, I knew she would want to hand quilt it. So as the top came together and I started to prepare to put the borders on it, quilting is such a tender experience for me, especially when I'm making it for a loved one. You can see here, she loves plaids, she loves cabins, she loves woodsy themes, and I knew this quilt was going to be very, very special and that she would be almost reduced to tears, and she was, as she opened it and saw blocks that were made by friends and family, some of the Amish community that we live in, just a myriad of different people that had such a part of my mother's life over the years. Then the family started arriving in Missoula, Montana at the airport, and the fun really began. We had a surprise party, a quilt top to give her, and she did not know the family was coming. So as the weekend started to unfold, she had no clue what was happening, and I kind of had to tell some little white fibs to get her to play along and to go along with the surprise that was happening. But this quilt was kind of the icing on the cake, and I just really enjoyed making this for her. She's going to hand quilt it, and here you see all 12 of the blocks. There were 12 log cabin blocks, and there were 12 embroidered blocks. The log cabin blocks were paper pieced. This quilt name is, the quilt name of the quilt is by Cheryl Gunn. It's called the Cabin Quilt, and she is the brains and the designer behind Waltzing with Bears. So again, it's the Cabin Quilt by Cheryl Gunn, Waltzing with Bears, and I will let the rest of the video tell the rest of the story of a very special weekend that we had with my mother. I'm hanging out in the Walmart Garden Center, waiting for my very special guests from Illinois to arrive at the Missoula airport. And I'm hiding because it's kind of a secret. My mom is turning 75, and we're planning a huge family party, and I have lots of aunts and a cousin landing, and I've got to try and kill some time. But I did get some garlic, non-GMO free, it says GMO free garlic bulbs, because I'm going to start some garlic and learn how to braid garlic. Sorry, my eyes are watering. Anyway, we'll stay tuned.
I'm videoing.
Okay.
Okay, now turn around.
Right now?
Right now. Look, there's more people for salmon.
There's more people Damn mean situation here. You realize you're not getting anything, right? You realize you're not getting anything, right?
We are hard to get to, aren't we?
A little bit. What do you think? I wanted a big weekend. I'm so sick of working.
I have had to tell my mother so many lies.
Awesome.
But it's
Yes.
perfect lighting out for pictures too.
It is.
Because
We're at the top of the pass. There's the birthday girl.
Oh, is it turning? No.
We have a semi over there. Okay, we are crossing the highway to get back. We're up at Lost Trail. Here's the ski. Sure. There's a ski resort behind us where I learned to ski. Over now. Driving was crazy this whole weekend.
Oh, sweet lady. Happy birthday.
Hello.
Hello.
My name is Bunny.
Bunny too.